We're almost halfway through the Premier League season and the Christmas period is underway, so as part of our review of the first half of the season, we're going to create a team of the worst signings of this season so far in the Premier League. In goal is Roberto Jimenez. If Lucas Fabianski hadn't got injured, maybe things wouldn't be so bad for West Ham. The Polish stopper has been sensational for the Hammers, but he needed backup this summer after Adrian left, eventually getting a shock move to Liverpool. West Ham brought in Roberto and David Martin as second and third choice stoppers, but Fabianski's injury forced the Spaniard into the spotlight, and it's fair to say he crumbled under the pressure. A veteran of the Spanish game, it's shocking how bad he's been in the Premier League. Pretty much every time he's played there was a marquee mistake, and it eventually led to him being dropped for Martin. Whoever decided to bring Roberto to the London Stadium needs sacking. Right back is Jibril Sidibe. At the time of writing, Gibril Sidibe has probably just had his best performance in an Everton shirt, but the bad certainly outweighs the good. The French fullback signed for Everton on loan over the summer with a view to a permanent deal, looking to re-find the form he showed during that legendary Monaco campaign when they won the Ligue 1 title and excelled in the Champions League. But in the Premier League, things have been rough for Sidibe, whose defensive capabilities left a lot to be desired. His bad run of form coincided with a woeful run of form for the Toffees, which eventually led to Marco Silva getting the sack. For Sidibe's sake, hopefully 2020 is a bit better, otherwise he won't be becoming a permanent Toffee. Centre back is Jesus Vallejo. Another loan signing and another player who is really struggling with life in the Premier League. Jesus Vallejo arrived at Molineux on loan from Real Madrid, boasting a reputation because of his upbringing at the Bernabeu. But so far the rough and tumble of the Premier League has proven too much for Vallejo, whose moments in the Wolves team have coincided with their worst results. Wolves are doing much better now, but Vallejo is nowhere near the team. Wolves needed depth to help them with their Europa League campaign, but Vallejo has struggled to justify his arrival. He's alongside David Luiz. On the face of it, this really could have been a great signing for Arsenal. The Gunners needed experience and a leader at the back, and David Luiz is exactly that. While his wacky hair often gets him a lot of attention, he's proven over the years at Chelsea that when he's in form, he can be one of the best defenders in England. But at Arsenal, amidst the chaos that the club is in right now, Luiz has just become part of the furniture, making the defence worse rather than better, which takes some doing. If Arsenal improve, maybe Luiz will too, but as it stands, he's looking like a woeful signing, with Chelsea laughing all the way to the bank. Left back is Angelino. It's a third Spaniard in this team, and there's still one more to come. But Angelino returned to Manchester City this summer, with the champions activating their buyback clause to re-sign the fullback from PSV Eindhoven. He came in to add depth alongside Mendy and Zinchenko, yet somehow he's ended up being first choice. Sadly though, his performance has been a bit of a mixed bag. Angelino is hardly the best defensively, which isn't great when you're a defender. And when Manchester City have been so much weaker this season and had to do a bit more defending, it's no wonder they're so far off the pace at the top of the table. In midfield is Pablo Hernandez. When West Ham spent £24 million on Pablo Hernandez, I thought this was one of their best signings in years. He's an exceptional footballer, with the former Villarreal man boasting glorious footwork and vision, which is exactly what you'd expect from a Spanish playmaker. But in the Premier League, Fornals has yet to spark into life, instead spending a lot of time on the bench or being stuck out wide. West Ham have spent big at times, but this looks like another example of wasted money. And that's a damn shame, because back in Spain, Fornals looked like an exceptional talent. It's still early days, but in the cauldron of the London Stadium, he's under huge pressure to improve. He's alongside Danny Drinkwater. When Drinkwater started against Manchester City earlier in the month, it came as a surprise to a lot of viewers, not because of his ability, but because most people had forgot or never even realised he'd signed for the Clarets. His Chelsea career has been woeful so far, and his Burnley spell has been bad too. It started poorly, with a nightclub incident getting him in trouble and injured. He might be back now, but his time as a Burnley player has been a bit of a joke, and they're probably paying a lot of his wages too, so Sean Dyche won't be happy one bit. Our third midfielder was Giovani Lo Celso. Tottenham can sign Giovani Lo Celso permanently next summer, but right now, why would they? Obviously he's had fitness worries, but the Argentinian midfielder has yet to live up to his hype at the Tottenham Stadium. He's been limited to appearances off the bench which haven't amounted to much, and now Jose Mourinho is in charge, the special one might not fancy him as much as Mauricio Pochettino did. Lo Celso is a brilliant goal-scoring midfielder who can fill the void that Christian Eriksen will leave, but so far he's yet to prove that in England. Our front three starts with Nicolas Pepe. The Gunners broke their transfer record this summer, spending £72 million on Nicolas Pepe. And what a waste that's been so far, I actually feel sorry for him. Arsenal have been terrible, but Pepe hasn't helped himself either, missing some big chances along the way, chances you'd expect a player who cost so much to take. More so than Luiz, Pepe should improve when or if Arsenal improve themselves, as he's clearly got a lot of natural ability, and the lad's only 24 years of age. But for now, he probably can't believe how badly things have gone at the Emirates. Through the middle is Kane. The Italian striker is one of the highest rated young players in all of world football, yet somehow he signed for Everton this summer. They probably couldn't believe their luck, as it looked like they'd finally found their Romelu Lukaku replacement, and more. But it just hasn't worked out so far, instead spending time on the bench or not even in the squad. There are rumours of him returning to Italy, which would be a damn shame for Everton. The lad isn't a bad player, he's just young and inexperienced. He's joined Everton at a bad time, and seeing him leave so soon would be sad, even if he has been naff so far. And finally, Joelinton. Newcastle United spent £40 million on a player this summer, £40 million in the Mike Ashley era. They broke their transfer record for just months after they broke it on Miguel Almiron, and they spent all that money on Joelinton, a striker who can't score goals and can barely even come close to scoring, failing to even get a chance in front of goal nowadays. He's Newcastle's number 9, which is a big deal on Tyneside, but so far the shirt is weighing heavy, and he's looked a lot worse than an ageing striker who half the time can barely walk. Newcastle need Joelinton to start impressing, otherwise Mike Ashley will never spend that much money ever again. So that's our worst signings of the season so far 11. Let us know yours in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.